Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblin, and as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells.
What's up, everybody?
Today is a pretty cool episode for me because I grew up here, and
Same.
we have.
I've got a great story that I can't wait to share.
It's gonna be fun. So we have the general manager and the owner of Buster's. Is it still Buster's Burgers?
Buster's Place.
Buster's Place.
Buster's Place.
Oh,
Yeah.
I screw it up.
Yeah.
I screwed it up since
You
I
can
was
get
10.
a Buster Burger at Buster's Place.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Thought you grew up here. What happened? Not playing.
It's been a long day, okay? I don't even think I've told y'all some of the stuff that I've been dealing with. But,
You know, you act like you own a restaurant.
It's part of owning a restaurant.
Alex, do you do this when you own a restaurant? Is that?
Yeah.
I do get the Buster's Place part right, but hey,
I typically get my restaurant's name wrong. So, you know.
He takes his hat off, reads the front.
Which one is this? Oh, yeah.
That's
yeah,
great.
Now I know where I'm
Sorry.
at. Yeah.
Oh, we get to make fun of you for once. It's always me we're making fun of. Sorry, I'm excited
Great.
about this.
I love bring it. Let's do it.
Oh, me.
Well, welcome, guys. I appreciate you coming to hang out with us for a little while.
thank you. Hey, it's an honor to be here. We appreciate the time to be here with you guys.
Now, Savanna, you've been with the company for a while.
I've been there about 1.5 years now.
Okay.
Yep.
And what'd you do prior to Buster's?
I actually was a project manager for swimming pools. So it was
Wow.
it was a change. But
That's a story in itself.
It is, yeah.
Swimming pools
Swimming pools, yeah.
to burgers.
Yeah.
When you say project manager, were you like just predominantly in sales, installation?
No, I was
all
out
of
in the field, like
Okay.
job sites, you know.
So you decided you needed an inside job and became a restaurant manager.
Yeah, I love watching like today I got to watch the storm from the inside instead of being outside. It was
There you
great. Yep.
Wow. Now, Alex, have you been in restaurants?
No. Actually, I was probably about as far from restaurants as you can get. I was in the medical device world for almost 30 years.
Okay.
I sold things that, for the last 25 years, I sold things that surgeons use in surgery. And so I would go to hospitals and surgery centers and just talk about their business and their needs. And I worked for a couple of different companies that just had various things that would be used in surgery. And so I spent a lot of time in surgery for the last, like I said, going on almost 30 years.
So, how do you wake up and go, you know what? I'm going to buy a restaurant today.
Yeah, that's a great question. And let's see, we're almost 11 months into it now. I'm still working on that answer. That said, again, I was in that business for a long time, and I did that work between Memphis, Birmingham, where I'm from, and Middle Tennessee, Nashville, greater Nashville area. But I'd always spent a lot of time in Murfreesboro. It was a big account of mine, and service in that business is a big part of what you do and how you differentiate yourself.
Right.
So I spent a lot of time in the Murfreesboro area. Going back a bit, last spring, I was with a buddy who was and had been in the restaurant business for a long time. John Clay, a good friend for 30 plus years, used to own Bread and Company. I don't know if y'all know or remember that kind of cafe. They had great breads, desserts, salads, sandwiches, and they had several locations for many years, 20 years. He and I were having lunch last spring, and we had not been together in a while, and we were just making small talk and talking about the fact that at that point in time, my daughters had graduated from college, and we're both actually living together and working in Atlanta. And my wife and I had sold our house that we had been in for going on 20 years at that time. And so Jono, my buddy, asked me, he said, man, you ought to buy a restaurant. And I said, man, I'm not even sure I can spell restaurant, to be honest with you. And it was an honest answer. But we made some talk about it, and ultimately I said, what are you even talking about? And he said, well, it's down a little place down in Murfreesboro, which got my attention as I just talked about spending so much time here. And he ultimately said Buster's Place, which I had been familiar with for 25 plus years.
Yeah.
And knowing that, it really got my attention, and it started a serious conversation about how that could possibly happen.
So, did your friend know the owners of Buster's at that time?
So Jono, the guy that I referenced, his head chef for Bread and Company for 10 plus years, maybe 15, was Peter Moret. Peter Moret is the previous owner of Buster's Place. So through those relationships, my trust in John, my appreciation for our friendship, and all of the great things that he said about Peter and his wife Kathy, that gave me the confidence to something that I was completely unfamiliar with. I mean, obviously I've been in business for several decades, and some things carry over and translate from one business to another, but it was a big jump, and it was one that I didn't necessarily feel all that comfortable with initially, but we spent 6 months talking about it, and because of the friendships and the relationships and the trust and one man vouching for the other and so on and so forth, it kind of organically happened from that point, and we ultimately made the decision and talked about the bullet points on the deal and worked through it all, and it was Memorial Day of last year, so September 3rd that we pulled the trigger.
So let's go back to July, August of last year. Okay, you're having these conversations. Do you live in Murfreesboro?
I live in Nolansville.
Okay, so you live in Nolansville at that time.
Yep.
Okay, and then is that the house that you and your wife sold of 20 years, or you just moved there?
We had just moved into that house.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
He did all the life changes at once.
yeah, like I am like you. I don't know if you can see it, but I got rockets blasting off over here. So you moved. Where did you move from?
We were in Williamson County. We had a home in Brentwood that we had been in for almost 20 years.
Okay, all right. So
So Middle Tennessee.
You're still in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
All right. You said you were from Birmingham, so I was like, my brain went,
Sure.
Man, this guy lives in Gustavia or Hoover, and then sells his house, moves to Nashville, buys a restaurant. Oh my Lord!
Super glutton for punishment if that were the case.
Oh yeah.
Not that my real life scenario is not that
No,
different.
it's really not that it's not any better. It's just
that's right.
you didn't have to move as far.
That's right.
So okay,
Less fuel. That's all you got.
right. Yeah. Move didn't cost you as much.
That's right.
So you're moving. You got a place. You've been in that place for 6 months.
I think a year at that time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're still brand new in your house. You hadn't even settled in yet.
That's right.
Right. The grass hadn't filled in the bare spots.
That's right.
Right. So, and now you're going to go buy a restaurant. You've never worked in a restaurant or been in the restaurant business.
Yeah.
I got so many questions.
Well, I'm going to jump in while you're thinking about them. You've owned it for almost a year.
That's right.
You said you've been there a year and a half. So I'm assuming, Alex, you rely on Savannah when you first show up, right?
I was waiting on the question to come, and I was going to say, well, basically, in the contract, it said Savannah's going to handle it all.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, that was like the second
very
or third one.
perceptive.
That's it.
Very perceptive.
I was like, she said she's been there a year and a half. So that's well done for you,
I got
girl.
a little head start.
There you
A little
go.
head start, yeah.
There you go.
So I'm gonna stick along that same track. You went from what sounds like a career that you were comfortable with, but didn't want to do anymore, to now you're going to work at a staple in Murfreesboro. Are you from Murfreesboro?
I am. I've been here. I'm 28, and I've been here my whole life.
Okay.
Yep. So I grew
So
up eating at Buster's.
You grew up knowing what that place is
Yep.
supposed to be.
Yep.
So you get a job with Peter, and I've met Peter a few times.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So Peter and Alex are two different people.
They are. Yes.
Okay. So you've been there for 6-ish months, and now here comes Alex, and he says, "Hey, here you go."
Fill me in.
What's going through your brain at that moment?
Honestly, he and I tell people this all the time. You know, he had a friend come in the other day. Having bosses, it's so important to have someone that trusts you, and that you can trust. And I feel like from the get-go, it's always been that we've both trusted each other, and that's kind of what's made it just be so easy. I mean, the transition was so easy. Everything just came naturally, and honestly, he's great at it. He is. I think he was born to own a restaurant.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Late bloomer.
Thank you
love
for
it.
saying
But yeah.
Late bloomer.
Yeah. But no, it
I'm
was,
from Alabama. I was just always been confused.
Yeah.
Is what it boils down to. Finally, some clarity. But
was-
thank you for that, Savannah.
Yeah, that's a great.
Yeah.
That is
It was
great.
a good transition. You know, I think everyone's still into the restaurant, so you learn every single day.
Oh yeah, very much
And
so.
Now back once upon a time for the Murfreesboro staples, if you will. Buster's Place was kind of the biker bar, right?
Yeah.
Like you couldn't go there unless you had, an invite or some sort of
It's a little
apparel.
scary to hear stories from back in the day. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So y'all know where I'm getting at.
Oh,
with.
yeah.
I take it. I've seen some of the lack of motorcycles there. Not that they don't show up, but
Yeah.
it's more of a family just restaurant now spot, right?
Yes, I
Typically.
mean, we get calls probably at least once a week. We get calls if kids are even allowed in the building. So
That's
if we're
great.
a family-friendly restaurant, we definitely are. We are looking to kind of get bike night going again, which they used to do that.
They did.
Quite a few
It was a
years,
regular.
yeah.
They park over on the left.
Yeah,
I would advise do it on Mondays. Now, that's honest, real
Yeah,
feedback,
yeah.
honestly. So there's a bike night literally on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Already
Well,
around
that's
town?
what- so
Already in town. And there's one that's going to start in
2 weeks.
2 weeks on Sunday.
okay.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Because
Duly
that's
noted.
mine. So just as
Yeah.
So Monday's available.
That's why I say Mondays would be a good day.
We were talking to I guess right before Hooters, they just shut down.
Yeah.
They were going there, so now they're wanting to find something on Tuesday nights. So maybe something like Two-Wheel Tuesdays.
Two-wheel Tuesday.
Two-Wheel
The girl's good at
Tuesdays,
it.
yeah.
The one that
Alex knew. He was like, she stays.
yeah,
She
the
stays.
one that's on Tuesdays right now just started.
Okay.
So, and I honestly think yours is probably going to draw a different crowd than what
Yeah.
his does.
Yeah.
And so you probably won't have a problem
Yeah.
with Tuesdays.
I know there's a
at all.
bunch of different.
So
Yeah.
Charlie, to go back to what you talked about with the history of Buster's and Buster's Place and the crowd and the different variations of people that have gone there through the years. Every day I meet someone who I haven't met yet who just can't wait to talk to me about what their history with Buster's Place has been.
Yep.
And I have heard stories about right over there is where first time I talked to my future wife. Right over there is where I had my last conversation with my last wife. Right over there is where
They were at different tables. All right.
different part of the building for sure. Over there is where I saw my good buddy get shot in the leg.
Yep.
Oh, so many different stories. This is again through the years, nothing like that recently.
So everybody's kept you filled in, though. Caught you up to date,
Definitely
right?
filled in and caught up for sure.
Well, I'm getting ready to add to that when the moment comes around. So
So again, well, as I said, I'm not from here originally. Although I've been going to Buster's for going on
So
close to 30 years now.
So with the history of the place, and
Yeah.
you've been there for almost a year now. You've been there a year and a half. Okay, we're going to take a break in a second, but before we do, I have to know what's the best story you've heard so far. And I know it's probably different for both of you.
Yeah.
So I gotta hear your best story thus far, and then once we get done, we'll take a break, and Derry will tell his story.
Do you have any that stand out to you right now?
Oh, I mean,
And we can leave names
Yeah.
anonymous to protect the guilty
yeah. I mean, there's
or innocent.
there's a ton of great ones, just like through Buster days. I mean, his mom back there doing all the patties. I hear that almost every other day, just about his mom hand patting those patties right before she threw them on the grill. And then I also hear stories all the time about, when this is back whenever it was in the biker days. It was rough. He tried kicking them out, and when they wouldn't leave, he would get his pistol and shoot it at the ceiling for them to scatter out. That was his way of telling them to get out.
We've closed.
Yep.
That was the last call indicator.
Someone
Now,
told me-
for those that don't know Buster's and aren't necessarily here
Yeah.
in Murfreesboro, how long has Buster's been open?
52 years.
Yeah.
53 years, actually. 73, 52 years.
Yeah.
52 years.
1973.
So you're when pistols were being shot to kick people out.
This was the
that
very
was that was in the
beginning. Yeah.
70s.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's not like that now.
No.
guys.
MPD would
So
not have responded then, so it's fine.
And that's back when, there used to be pool tables and Busters. So anyone that, knows what Busters is now, all those tables in the middle, they were never there. It was all pool tables, and it was very much a bar-like.
Biker bar.
Surrounding, yeah. And so it's different nowadays.
I had a conversation the other day with a buddy who I hadn't talked to in several years, and he lives here in Murfreesboro, and we were just catching up, and I explained to him that I had acquired Busters, and he said, "Is that biker bar off Broad?" and I did exactly like you. I laughed, and I said, if that's how you remember it, then yes, that's the answer. And bikers
awesome.
are always welcome, always welcome. We love the bikers that come. I don't necessarily think of it as a biker bar, so to speak, but it's whatever anyone's perception of it is.
Right.
It's a good, safe, friendly place.
I love it. Let's take a quick break. We'll come right back, and we're going to hear Derry's illustrious childhood story of Busters.
She was about to sign. The payments looked fine until I ran the numbers. They were overcharging her by $5,412. One call later, we flipped the script. Better price, lower rate, $5,000 saved. This happens every week. Before you sign, call me. The 615negotiator.com. I find what they don't want you to see.
Welcome back to Single Tree Nation, guys. I'm your man, Charlie Eblin. And as always, we have our illustrious co-host, Mr. Derry Wells, here today. And our friends from Buster's Place. It has been open for 52 years. I think that might be the oldest restaurant in Rutherford County.
You're looking at me like I would know. It's got to be right up there.
Toots is coming up on 40.
Right.
I think 40 is this year or next.
Right. Slick Pig was 30.
Slick Pig was 30.
Yeah.
They were
Single
95.
Tree's 5.
Yeah. Single Tree's 5. Not even 5 yet. We hadn't even gotten to 5 yet.
I'm close. I'm rounding up.
We're 4.5.
Yeah. Like I said.
So, yeah, I mean, I can't think. I mean, Clearview's been around for a long time, but not that long.
Oh, yeah. But I drove by the other day, and the desire to just pull in.
Yeah.
They were closed. It was later. No, it was later in the day. But I'm looking. I was like, I got to get over here soon.
I
So
think about that. Have you ever? You've never been in.
Oh,
he
see,
doesn't know what Clearview is.
she's got to take this
son.
man on a list of stuff
Yes.
around town.
Yeah.
It's like a
Get the hot water,
type.
cornbread, and
Okay.
greens,
Yeah.
Alex.
Yep.
It'll be all right.
Clearview will change your
So
opinion.
my story on Buster's Place, I'm gonna give you a quick background. So my grandmother, before she passed, she lived with my mom. Mom's I've never heard my mother cuss. I did see her blow a smoke ring one time with a cigar that she busted when I was underage, laying in the waterway track of my trunk of my car that she discovered. Yeah, that's a whole different story. So my grandmother was asked one time, if you were going to say a cuss word, what would you say? And my grandmother got real quiet, thought about it, and says, I'd probably say DARN. I was like, darn, like so that gives you how my mother was raised, right?
Yes.
Mother's very, right, like you can. So we convinced Mom to go to Buster's Place. Now, Buster's Place was still in its rougher stages. This is probably late 90s, maybe right around 2000 somewhere. There used to be, and I'm assuming that still, I haven't been in probably a year or so, the big round table right in the middle.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Walk in there, and there is a large man, black head to toe, beard ZZ Topworthy. All right, you know who I'm describing, like that fella. And the back of his shirt reads like a poster. If you can read this, the B word fell off.
Oh, Lord.
And I'm worried that, oh no, Mom's already got a vibe on what Buster's Place is, right? And so we go sit down in the booth, we've ordered, and she goes, "Did you see his shirt?" I said, "Yeah, Mom." She goes, "That's hilarious." She thought it was fantastic that was the phrase. You couldn't have scripted it better. Like 6 weeks, maybe 2 months later, around that time frame, we're going down a local road somewhere, and we saw the same shirt on a person, and Mom's rolling. She thought that was just the best thing. So that's my Buster's Place like memory, because I was worried. I was like, oh no, we done hit the wrong spot. Mom's gonna tell us we gotta leave, like all that. No, she does great. So
as you were telling that, I was thinking to myself, if I had been there, I would have grabbed 2 T-shirts, one for the big fella and one for your mom, just hoping that the gift would cheer her up.
That's great. Here, y'all can both have one.
Yeah.
You cover up, you don't forget.
That's right. Exactly.
That is outstanding.
Yeah. So that's one of those old Harley shirts that, and now when we see it, like it's still like it just, Mom thinks that's funny.
Aw,
so
sweet.
any word.
So it's hilarious.
Got you messed up, didn't it? So
Did I am the beat fell off? I'm just stuck.
It is a funny story.
So you're a year and a half in. Have you, Savannah, have you ever worked in a restaurant prior to this?
I have not, no.
Okay, so you're both brand new into restaurants. Holy cow. Okay. I've been doing this for 32 years and still question my sanity. So
Daily, I have that conversation with myself.
well,
Daily.
that was going to be my question is, over the last 11 months, almost a year now, how many times have you woken up and go, what the heck am I doing?
Yeah, however many days equate to September 3rd.
Every day since then, got
to
it.
this morning, right?
Yeah.
Today. That's right. That's right.
So now,
And several of those days, multiple times, multiple conversations
Yes.
in the mirror. Yes.
so now with that being said, how many days have you woken up and said, I still made the right decision?
Every day. Every day. If I can just talk about that. So one of the conversations that my buddy, again, there was a lot of trust between this friend that I referenced, Jono, and Peter, that little triangle of relationships. I could give you any number of restaurants as an example that wouldn't have worked with my lack of knowledge about the restaurant world, so to speak. But what made Buster's such a realistic thing for me is that customer base that's been there, that's kept this place going for 53 years, those loyal customers who have their expectations of certain things to be done a certain way, the way that they've always been done for several decades.
Yep.
Those expectations are very real, as they should be. But the list of things that we're supposed to be doing the right way, it's not that long, and it's not that it's not hard. It's just that we've got a fixed finite amount of things that we're supposed to focus on each day.
Yep.
And it's manageable. I've got great people that work with me. Without those people, we wouldn't be having this conversation, because we'd probably shut it down 6 months ago.
Right.
But because of the people, Savannah at the top of that list, but the folks we have that work in the kitchen and all the way to the servers and every point in between, it's like second hat for all of them. They know exactly what their role is, and it's always about the customer. Everything we do is about providing a great experience for the customer. And we know that Murfreesboro is a rapidly growing town, and that there are more choices for any meal you want than you could ever think about in this town. And the people that are going to come to Buster's, they expect something. Many of them have been doing it for decades, and we're gonna make sure that they get what they expect. And we do everything we do with what it is that they're looking for is the top of our mind on all the decisions we make and all the things that we do. So in that regard, it's pretty easy, because we just know we have a task of keeping our customers happy.
Now, with that, with all that being said, it sounds like you haven't changed anything.
I love that you asked that. Chat rooms and internet talk. Savannah and I talk a lot daily about, did you see that comment, or did you see this comment? And there's so much positivity out there. There's so many good things, and we love and are so grateful for all the people that do take the time to say those things that they say. But every now and then we'll read something about how we've changed this or we've changed that, or how we're doing this differently, or that's being done differently. And I actually have never responded to anything other than thank you for your support and thank you for giving us a shot and those kind of things. But the other day, I can't remember what it was, but I just felt I need to clarify this. I need to point out. And by the way, I know that perception is reality. If whatever someone perceives to be is what it is for them. And so I'm not here to change anyone's mind or opinion on any of those things, but just to answer your question, in the chat room, I said there's two things that have changed. There's actually three. I said the first thing is in the last 12 years, I'm the new owner. That's changed. We have about 15 football helmets in there that weren't there 10 months ago. And we have banana pudding. It's actually banana-less banana pudding. Nana's banana-less banana pudding. That's my wife's mother's banana pudding recipe. Those are the only things we've changed. The same equipment, the same people making the same food with the same ingredients. All those things that people have come to love, it's all available today just like it was 5 years ago, just like it was 10 years ago. Literally, those are the changes we've made. That's it.
That's outstanding.
I like that you can name them because, like in my mind, your regulars are going to walk in and tell you better not. You know,
Yeah.
so I'm sure y'all
yeah.
got that on. And she had a head start, so she already knew because she wasn't the new face by the time you came along. And so I bet you had plenty of regulars just in there being like, "Don't mess with my order."
Derry,
And-
so many people would say to me, please don't fill in the blank.
Right.
Don't change the way you do this. Don't change the way that. And I've talked to a lot of people who have been in the restaurant business for a long time, and many people have said so many owners want to come in and put their stamp on something.
Right.
Which I get that. I can appreciate that. Someone wants to customize it and make it theirs. Because I know that great legacy of customers at Buster's Place, it's always been what it is. And I wouldn't dare do anything to tamper with that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Correct.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
outside of obviously the menu is the menu, right? And that's been a successful menu. So there's no reason to change that,
Yeah.
right? So,
That's right.
and it sounds like there's no plans of changing that. Is there anything that you think you could change that would make the guest experience better?
I think so, kind of we find new things, like we are starting happy hour appetizers. So we are doing a few new things, definitely not a change. I think bringing in new things keep people happy. They keep people excited. Come to Buster's for something else. So, in January, we created 4 new special burgers. And all of those, one of them is such a hit. It's our fried pickle burger. We might add that to the menu. And that's just because, the people want it. So that's...
Well, it's Murfreesboro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fried
Who doesn't
pickles
love
are a
fried
staple in
pickles?
Murfreesboro.
Yeah. And they're amazing. Yes.
Well received.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we are. So
You can thank Wayne
recently-
Hazen, too.
Yeah. We just started happy hour appetizers. So Monday through Thursday, 3 to 6, we're doing fried pickles, like Southwest poppers, pretzel bites with cheese. So kind of just adding little new things that people can enjoy in certain hours.
Now, happy hour from 3 to 6. So you're primarily a lunch spot, right?
Depending on the day, yes. Especially
Okay.
Monday through Thursday. Is
I will tell you, I've
primarily
never been
lunch.
in your
Yeah.
I've never been in your restaurant past 3 o'clock.
Okay. Yeah.
my life.
It's definitely during the week. It is by far. I mean, really every single day.
What
for
time do you
lunch.
close?
8 o'clock.
Monday through Sunday?
Monday.
Monday through Saturday today, as
Yep.
it is today. Yeah.
Okay.
So 10:30 to 8, Monday through Saturday.
Are you closed on Sundays?
We
Currently.
have traditionally been closed on Sundays, yes.
Okay. All right. Sounds like there's conversation being had.
So
If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to.
one of the changes that we talked about that I'm so fond of football helmets. I was over at the pizza joint on Medical Center, Boomba's.
Boom Boss.
Yeah, great place. I had first eaten there in Louisville or Lexington. I can't remember where I was, but I was waiting on my pie to be ready, and I turned around and there was an MTSU helmet. And I thought, man, that's awesome. I love football. I love football helmets, and so that was, I don't know, several months ago, and it kind of got my wheels turning. And we have an MTSU helmet in the building as well, and along with several others, and talking about football and football season. I'm just a guy that loves football and thinks about football a lot. The great people of Murfreesboro are going to go somewhere to watch football on Sundays. They have been doing it for as long as Murfreesboro's been around, and we've just been kind of kicking the tires on why wouldn't they come to Buster's for a Sunday afternoon burger and adult beverage. So we're kicking the tires on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Maybe some Sunday football at Buster's.
Some smoked wings.
It's funny.
That'd be interesting.
I don't have any subscription services. No, I'll tell you about. We have one. But I always talk about in September, I sign up for my little service for 4 months because I got to watch my football.
There you go.
And it's the only time that I have a full-on TV service. It's from September to January, and I cut it off, and I do it again next year. And like that's so. Yes, Murfreesboro will go watch football somewhere, and no need to drive right past one if I can, So
We close at 3.
what's that on Sundays?
On Sundays.
Yeah.
I close at 3. Now, I might open up on Monday. We'll see. That's what's going on in my world.
Yeah. And that is important.
Yeah. So, okay. So things coming. Changes to be made are not going to be things that I can't come and get that I got yesterday.
I like to think of it as additions.
Additional improvements.
There you go.
You know, find things that, Murfreesboro is going to like a fried pickle burger, and we might add that to the menu, but we're not going to take away the Buster's burger that is famous around
Keeping
these
everything
parts.
that everybody already loves, just adding some new things that people are going to love. So
Love it.
Yep.
I love it.
Well said.
That is outstanding. So, you guys are open Monday through Saturday. Do you have a full bar, or is it just beer?
just beer.
Just beer. Okay.
And seltzers and ciders.
Yes.
And seltzers and ciders.
Which
People love the cider.
I have had maybe a cider in my life. Savannah loves ciders. And we talk about ciders a lot because Savannah likes ciders so much. Seltzers, my daughters love seltzers, so I'm somewhat knowledgeable about seltzers. Cold beer, I'm good at that.
An aficionado.
I'm good at that part.
I'm good at that.
I'm good at that.
I'm good at that part.
I love it. So the people that don't know about, you got a full beer, cider, and seltzer menu. But from a food standpoint, we've talked a little bit about the pudding you added to it, the burger, the pickle burger. What's the people that don't know Buster's? What's I gotta go try at Buster's?
I feel like our wings are the best kept secret about Buster's place. I just had a conversation with how was that young man? 10, 11, 12?
Oh, yeah. Yep, Easton.
Just literally an hour ago. Burgers are great. People know about our burgers. They come there for our burgers often, although a lot of people I talk to are aware of the wings. The wings are really good. We smoke them for 2 hours. They're on site. None of our meat's ever frozen. It's always fresh. And we smoke them for 2 hours in our smoker, and then we flash fry them based on your order. So we can obviously fill you up with the burgers that you're accustomed to, but our wings are really good. I've eaten wings for 30 years, and I've had really good wings, and I've had wings that aren't so good, but man, ours are good. Ours are really good. Our customers seem to agree with me. That would be the thing that I would tell someone, that if you hadn't been to Buster's in a while, come back and get an order of wings. You will not be disappointed.
Outstanding.
Well, I'm cruising y'all's menu.
I love a good chicken wing.
And I want to go have fried green tomatoes.
Oh, they're real good. Hey, this week our special,
See,
it's the fried green tomato burger. So it's
By the
classic
time
Buster
this airs,
burger.
it's probably not going to be the special.
Yep.
it's fine. Guess who still has this week ahead of them? So you keep talking, girl. Don't let him downplay you.
Cheddar cheese, a fried green tomato, and our homemade horseradish sauce.
Oh, jeez.
Yes.
So if I get that with a side of the beer cheese dip,
yeah.
like I see that
Dip
just
the burger right in.
You will not be disappointed.
Yeah.
I could talk about
That
it and
cheese
not be
dip is the
disappointed.
best. So that's the cheese we're using with our pretzels for our appetizer, and it's just so good with anything. You could probably just eat it plain, and
Peter Moret, Peter Moret and his wife Kathy, they've been in the restaurant industry for several decades, both of them. They learned a lot. Peter's a culinary trained chef.
Yep.
And we still use his recipes, all the things that he created for our dressings, our toppings, all the specialty burgers that he created. We've added to them, but we've taken none away. So I think our beer cheese or our cheese dip, I don't know the difference between queso and cheese dip or beer cheese dip, but I tell you what, ours is damn good. And it's as good as any I've ever had, and it goes so great with those pretzel knots that we've just added to the menu. But it's those little things, those little additions that we talked about earlier that some of our regulars may not be aware of. So we're excited for others to try those new things, and we know that you won't be disappointed, those that come and try it out.
Well, I guess, Savannah, what's a must-have?
I love when someone walks in the door and they have never been in Buster's. I give a full rundown of that menu. But truly the classic Buster burger. So you can do cheese or no cheese. That is by far the most ordered item. And that's that and the smoked wings. But those are the two things. I mean, especially that burger. That's what someone comes for. They walk in, they're like, I've never been here before, but I want that. So that's what I heard about. I want that.
I love it.
I go to the bank a few times during the week, as you know, being a restaurant owner, and one of the gals I talk to on a regular basis, every time I walk in, she asks me if I brought her cheese fries with me. She loves our cheese fries, but again, that cheese, and we also can put some chili on it with sour cream and jalapenos.
Jeez. Trent, you ready?
So I brought that
Time to go
home
down the
over
street.
the last 10 or 11 months. I've brought that particular plate home a number of times, and my wife Terry, she's gotten to the point where she's like, do not bring any more of those damn fries home. Because if they come home, they will be eaten.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's outstanding. I love
I don't see the problem with that. No, I'm just like-
I'm right there with you,
Me
buddy.
neither. Me neither. Derry, you got a mac and beans for us?
I do have a mac or beans. So, being that we were talking about bike night earlier, and I know his answer already, or at least I think I know his answer already.
Prequel. Mac and beans is our this and that segment.
I guess I should have done the rest of the whole segment right here, right?
So we
Jeez.
every segment we have a this or that.
Okay.
It always starts with mac or beans. Because I own a barbecue restaurant.
Sure.
When you go to a barbecue restaurant, do you get the mac and cheese or do you get the beans?
Oh, the beans.
Beans.
Yeah.
Mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese. I think we're about
We've got to be. I was just thinking it.
like just split down the middle.
We need a statistician to just go back and look them all up and count them. It's got to be
Go through
close.
90-something episodes
Yeah,
and figure it
that's
out.
awesome. Well, since I skipped that part, I was going to go back to the bike night part. You're buying a motorcycle. Are you buying a Harley or are you buying the crotch rocket type?
The crotch rocket type.
Okay.
I like to go fast.
Definitely a Harley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know your answer. I've seen
You
it in the
actually
parking lot
don't.
before. What?
Yeah, you actually don't know.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I actually want both.
We established a long time ago both is not a legitimate answer for mac or beans. So,
Well, I like both.
all right. I just assumed based on your current ride, when it's not the truck, that it was the crotch rocket style.
I mean,
I'm the Harley guy. I'm with Alex. Like, there's just something classic about that. It's
Yes.
not that those are wrong.
Yeah, yeah.
The people that can ride a crotch rocket fast and take those turns, like it's.
I will
awesome.
say the bike
But-
I want is a V-Rod.
Okay.
But custom, and I found one about a year or so ago, and then I saw the price tag, and I didn't find what I was going to buy. So what I would like is not what I can afford.
Sure. Okay.
So
I think that's most of us.
Yeah,
In time, in due time.
in time. Yes.
My brother-in-law has got a Harley Trey. He's had his Harley for probably at least 10 years, maybe 15 now. And he doesn't ride it a lot, but he holds on to it because it's special to him. And I get that part of it. My wife's father, he always had motorcycles, and my wife has forbid me to have one for various reasons that are in her family lineage. And I respect that for now, but who knows what'll happen in time.
It came with the nuptials, right?
Something like that for sure.
Mine came with a life insurance policy.
There you go.
Me and Charlie have got a mutual friend, and we saw her at an event we were at one time, and she was joking around with her husband. She doesn't have many rules for him, but cigarettes and motorcycles were off the table. So that was, of all the things that you could do, those two were out. So,
Non-negotiators.
That is outstanding.
so I thought that was pretty good. But I bring that up to her every now and then because I'll see her. She lives in my mom's neighborhood. So that's, anyway.
That's funny.
It's like, if you're going to have two, those are two pretty
Yeah,
good ones,
yeah.
right? So
For sure.
keep you around a little while.
Pretty good ones. So with the restaurant that is 3 years old, the world has changed a lot, right? Since you started that, we are are sponsored by a company called Toast, who provides restaurant POS equipment. So we were talking earlier about making additions and things that could help, right? So we're not only sponsored by them, but they're my primary technology sponsor or partner in the restaurant. I'm on their customer advisory board as well. I'm sure that being a 50-year-old restaurant, you don't really have that much advanced technology inside the restaurant, right?
Man, we got remote controls for all 7 of our
Yeah.
TVs. What more technology would you expect us to have?
We have a little remote for our open sign.
Yeah, we
Do y'all still do like the write it down the pad,
Oh,
put
yeah.
the paper on the plate?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. Those are just,
Absolutely.
I
think
love
that's what
Toast
makes
and I love,
Buster's.
but
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Those are hard spots to
It
find
is,
anymore.
yeah.
And you get the little grease on the ticket right
Yes,
there.
My question,
I'm getting nostalgic over here. Sorry.
look, I 1,000% agree.
Yeah.
When you walk into a restaurant and they're handwriting checks, it's like, ooh, that's old school.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. But at the same time, from a business standpoint, and as an owner, I'm always looking for different ways to improve my business and the guest experience. And I talk a lot about undeniable hospitality, and how I can do things to make that better.
Yeah.
Right. So Toast has a handheld, so you can go to the table, you can take the order right there, hit send. Before you've even left the table, the food's already cooking. Right. So it speeds up the time that your guests are waiting. My question is, do you ever see yourself doing things like that in the future that would help from an execution standpoint, but doesn't change the guest experience other than they get their food faster, the servers have more time to speak to the tables to up the hospitality and keep that home style feel of what Buster's has always been to me?
Charlie, it's a great question, and I am open to everything when it comes to enhancing my customers' experience as they come in our doors.
Yeah.
Speed of time to get food to them, their orders, anything to help that, make that more consistent, make that faster, make their time there as efficient as they want it to be. If they want to hang around for 3 or 4 hours watching games, great. If they are on a 30-minute window for lunch, we want to give them as much of that time as they can possibly have and utilize doing something differently. So yeah, I would be open to discussing any of those things. And if it's never been something that we've talked about. I literally, going back to what we talked about earlier, not changing anything. I'm doing it the way that Peter and Kathy did it for the last 11, 12 years.
Right.
They didn't have a POS system, so that's what we're doing now. So, but that does not mean that I'm not open to discussing any of those things. And I can see where there probably would be a lot of gains to be made. Having a POS
just curious.
system.
It's from somebody that has gone from a food truck to writing stuff down to getting Square, which was a half a step up from that, right?
Yep.
To
Yep.
now having Toast that does all kinds of things for my business. It's interesting to when you go into places. It's Sylvan Park is another restaurant here in town that still hand writes the
Yep.
tickets, right?
Yep.
And I know the owners of that place, and Cody and his mom are amazing people. But I was asking him the same questions, like, why don't you ever thought about that before? Because it really changes the landscape of what your people are doing on a day-to-day basis when you have guests in the building. So just curiosity more than anything
No,
else.
it would be something I would certainly be open to learning more about it.
Buster's Place was named after Buster.
Yep.
All right. Do y'all still have any of the originals that knew Buster?
Oh,
Or is that?
Yeah, I mean, every single day we have customers that come in that were sitting at the bar with Buster.
Okay.
So we have customers, 93, 87, they've been coming there since they were kids.
Right.
They can tell you exactly what was going on in 1973 sitting behind that bar at Buster's.
That's awesome.
That's probably
It's one of those
the
places
best
if the bar could talk, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank God it can't, probably.
Yeah.
Probably a
Thank
lawsuit
goodness,
somewhere
yeah,
with it.
yeah.
Or more.
Yeah.
I referenced earlier this kid that I was talking to before we came over here, and I asked him his name. He told me his name's Easton. We had some small talk about this or that, and he ended up telling me, "Yeah, my dad cooked in here before. I'm like, wait a minute. I own the place, and I haven't cooked on that grill over there. He's like, yeah, well, I don't know what to tell you, but my dad has. Well, all right.
Isn't it bad when you get tough talked by the 10-year-old? You know, like he's putting you in your spot.
Speechless.
Yeah.
So
I went back to his name, Easton. Can we talk more about your name?
that has a brings up a question of: do you have plans of being able to hop back there on the line and do the cooking?
So, I've in my career with the medical device stuff, it was always, I've been through so much training about, selling and leading and improving your own self and all these different things. And one of the things that always stood out to me was one of the training classes said, the things that you do well, people naturally think that they would go fill in the gaps of the things that they don't know how to do or haven't done. And I'm not saying there's not some merit to that, but some of the things that's resonated with me the most is the things that you do well, focus on how to do it even better, whatever that is. But figure out what it is that you do well and continue to focus on doing that better than anyone ever has. The things that you don't do well, see if you can find someone who does do it well and let them do it. Stay out of their way. I've got great people who cook amazing things at Buster's Place, and I stay the hell out of their way.
There you go. You know your role, right?
I know my role. My role in my lane. It is not in front of that cooker, I promise you.
That is outstanding.
I did walk in one morning at 8 a.m. and he was back there patting out those burgers.
I've done it.
Press, so
I've done it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Patting the burger's a lot
Learns.
different than flipping 30 of them at a time, though, and have
it's
them
a
quick
lot
and
of
turn
work.
around.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's,
Yes.
but there's some growth in that.
Yeah.
And there's some strength in that of knowing at least where your limitation
Yep.
is.
It's where it
Put
starts.
the guy out there who can do it better than I can. So
Yes.
Comfortably, regardless of the circumstances. Val, Paco, Maggie, Parker, Sebastian, sometimes they do it the right way always. There are no blips on their radar. If I were standing in front of it, it would be Blip Town all night.
Now, Savannah, you talked about Bike Night as an event that's coming up. Is that going to be a monthly thing?
It would be, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else on the horizon from an event standpoint that you're thinking about doing?
Not at the moment. Part of everyone knows Buster's as Buster's. It's been around for so long. So I feel like it's very important to the both of us to involve the community more. So it's, that Buster's is what it is because of Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
And everyone here. So finding things that can interest different groups and just kind of getting everyone involved. So I think we're very open to doing kind of whatever. So
The Sunday thing that we talked about
Yeah.
would be a, as you know, as an owner, it would be a big change. I mean, you got
Yeah.
personnel. That's the day that everyone has always been able to count on being able to have that day to tie up loose ends from the week or what have you. And obviously we would. It's something that we're kicking around very seriously. We've done a lot of research into it and a lot of things that are leaning in that direction. But it's still we got to make it work.
I'm struggling with the same thing.
Sure.
So like we're closed on Mondays.
Yep.
And a lot of my thought process has been, well, what's my team going to think about it?
Yep.
Because like you said, we're already closed on Mondays. So that's the day they know they're going to be off, right? They don't have to request it off. We're closed.
Yep.
They ain't going to come to work. But now I'm thinking about, well, why are we not open on Mondays?
Yep.
Is it because it used to be, well, Charlie needs a break.
Yeah.
I gotta get some rest somewhere.
Yes.
I can't come in and cook, open the place, get it up and running, and do all of that every single day.
That's right.
Well, now that I got an amazing team behind me, I'm not doing that, right? So although I stay pretty busy, I'm not doing that. So why are we not open on Mondays? And I keep going back. I keep trying to convince myself it's a cultural thing. But then when I talk to my team, they're like, "Yeah, no, that'd be great. We can open on Monday."
Yeah.
So, your opinion, you think I'm talking myself out of it?
I think obviously you've got something that's going well. It's going good for you and for all the right reasons. I always say, could it be better? My wife and I have had this conversation, and it probably could be better. But then at what cost? And that's what we have to figure out. At what cost is it going to make it better? And I don't know the answer to that. There's some unknowns. You kind of have to be prepared to jump off that cliff and deal with it.
That's entrepreneurship.
That's right. That's right. But at the same time, family time is important to me, and I know it's very important to the people that are on the team. And I don't ever want to be the reason that my team can't be with the people that are most important to them ever. I mean, we all have our jobs to go deal with, but there's always a day there that you can go catch your breath and be with people. And so to take that away, it changes that a little bit. And obviously we'll have to figure out how to make that work if we're going to do it.
And I think this is the non-entrepreneur talking, but like with you, Monday's such an obscure day. Like as a business day, you can go grab lunch anywhere on a Monday, right? Sunday is the easy day to say it's a weekend day. I can get a crowd in. Yeah. And you've been closed on Monday for how many years? Yeah. And now that first Monday you're open, like you may make $12 in sales because nobody knew we were open on Mondays. And so there's probably a juggle, but there's a juggle and a balance there, right? Yeah. It's easy to advertise, come watch the NFL game here.
That's right.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's something you can, a draw, you got that kind of stuff. You got, the beer and the burger and I've been to your spot. I love your spot. And Monday's been that hard line for such. I went to your place on a Monday expecting to see you and you weren't there. I'm like, so now what's lodged in my head? Singletree's closed on Monday. Yeah. You see what I'm saying? So there is a little bit, even just that day of the week is a little bit of a push pull there. Yeah. So I can only imagine being in the entrepreneur owner spot, what that's like, because you are thinking about downtime. You are thinking about, family time for staff. You are thinking about your own personal time. And so I completely get it. I can't, I'm glad I don't have to make those decisions. No. So
Trent is beating a mosquito up right now. The whole time you're talking out of the corner of my eye, all I'm seeing is him just going.
I saw you give a hard glance over there, and I was like, what's he doing? Trying to have a conversation with these two entrepreneurs and tell them what I don't know. So
I actually thought that was podcast lingo. He's doing something unique over there that's called beating the mosquito.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, man, that was outstanding. Oh.
Trent's got a successful evening. It's a dead mosquito.
I was doing everything I could to hold that laughter in. Oh, that was great.
I thought you were just going to laugh at me. It's,
so it had nothing to do with you. I knew you couldn't see him, too. That's what I was trying.
I love it.
Oh, man. That is outstanding. All right. We've talked a lot. Are there any big plans that we have for the future of Buster's from a expansion standpoint? Savannah's ears got real big when I said that too. She's like, "What do you think?"
Listen, she's a great GM, and she brings ideas to me all the time, and I can't wait to hear what
something
she has
got
to say.
pitched here. Look at that horse.
That said, I don't know if you guys have driven past it recently. We just painted the place.
I saw that. Yep.
Yeah,
so that stood out, obviously.
It was one of those for me. I love the way it turned out. Let me be clear. Mm-hmm. But when you drove past it the first time, it looked wrong. Yeah. Because it's always been the brick building right there next to the truck accessory spot. It's like, what happened there? It's one of those where you got a haircut, but you can't tell.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. And I was like, oh, they painted it white.
Yeah.
So, brother, let me tell you. So I started thinking about doing this about 3 months ago.
Okay.
And the only reason that we didn't do it 3 months ago is because of the regulars and the people who expect something from Buster's on a regular basis, and it being white when they pull up in the parking lot was not what is on their radar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I am so basically obsessed with keeping what their expectations are met on a regular basis, and it's just how I feel about them. It kind of goes back. This is almost coming full circle to some of those chat rooms that we were talking about earlier. That's kind of my fixation is meeting the standards that these people have expected through the last however many decades that they've been coming to Buster's.
But I think that even goes back to your medical sales.
Sure.
You had to meet the standard that your client needed.
Sure.
And you just got a new client, from the very simple view of it.
Sure.
And now you want to meet that client's standards.
That's right. That's right.
Except this client will tell you to your face.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yes. They're not scared to offer their opinions. No, by no means. Savannah? Now's your chance to throw the elevator pitch out of what you
There you go.
want to do.
Which one you been holding on to?
think,
Not to put you on spot in front of the entire world,
There's a lot
but-
of exciting things that, Busters can do. Like I said, I always go back to Busters is what it is because it's such an establishment here in Murfreesboro. So, kind of running off it being such a amazing place in Murfreesboro and kind of just seeing what more we can bring to the community. We are doing the first responders. I meant to say
Great
that
call.
earlier.
Yep.
So, the last few months we've been doing first responders eat for free on Tuesdays.
Nice.
So,
First Tuesday of the month.
First Tuesday of the month, yeah.
Yeah.
So we have another one coming up in August. It'll be the first Tuesday of the month. It's for Murfreesboro first responders.
Awesome.
But really just, engaging with the community and kind of keeping them happy, giving them what they want, and bringing new things to Busters.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. So, Alex, would you ever open another one?
I assume that's where you were going with this line of dialogue, and I would never say no to that. I would never say no to that. Busters has a reputation. It's got a great loyal following. We've got a great established menu to work from. That said, with me, I'm not in a position to where I would be comfortable expanding yet.
Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
And I emphasize yet.
Yeah.
Who knows what the future
That was a
holds.
very presidential answer, by the
I
way.
can see a Busters food truck.
And we've had that dialogue.
That's my
There you
little.
go.
We've talked about that.
Yeah.
I needed a Buster's food truck.
At least if you go with a food truck, you don't have to worry about somebody going, "This isn't Buster's."
Yeah.
You just got to deliver
Yeah.
the food.
Yeah. That's
right. So because I think places that get that notoriety,
Yep.
they get that vibe, that aura to them, whatever, and then you walk into the second location, this doesn't feel like Buster's.
Yep.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Right,
Yeah.
because that's why I think Wade always did real good with Toots. It wasn't just that it was Toots; it's Toots
It's-
West.
yeah.
So like he kind of gave just enough differentiation there that you're
Yeah.
not expecting
Yeah.
Broad Street or downtown
Yeah.
or Smyrna or whatever. So
I love it. You
It's a
got
great point.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
You got a Friday feel good for us?
Always be proud of the things you did with no applause. The days that you got out of bed when your heart felt heavy, the boundaries you set even though it scared you, the way you kept choosing growth when it would have been easier to shut down, the days that you showed up when no one else saw why you did. That is the definition of strength. You know what to do. If that's why you know, tell me you love them.
It's outstanding.
That is awesome.
I've been on a roll here lately, and that's patting my own back. But like I got 3 or 4 here going, man.
If I had a cigarette lighter in my pocket, I would have lit it right there.
That was a good one.
Well said.
Appreciate it.
That was
Appreciate
well
it.
said.
Savannah, Alex, we appreciate you guys coming to hang out with us. If people are trying to find Busters, how do they find Busters?
Physically, we're at 1615 Northwest Broad in Murfreesboro, or they can go to bustersintheborough.com.
Okay.
We are on Facebook and Instagram.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
Facebook, every single Monday we post a new special. We update throughout the week with whether it's new things or just a good old picture of a burger. But we are active on there and we keep everyone updated.
And we do read the comments.
Yeah.
It's not a matter of us getting in the weeds on things. We care. We care about what our patrons and our customers think about what we're doing.
That was very obvious for sure. You guys there's a lot of passion,
Yep.
a lot of pride I can tell
Yep, very much
in
so.
keeping Busters what Busters is and from the past to the future.
Yes.
We wish you guys all the luck in the world. That is it's killer. We love Busters from growing up here and being here for a long time. And I can't wait to see what you guys do. It's really killer.
Guys, thank you. Thank you for having us here. Thank you for giving us this time to talk and to meet you guys. This has been a real honor, and we've really enjoyed it.
I'm gonna try to bring Mom back without the T-shirt this
Yeah.
time. So.
The t-shirt.
If you spot someone wearing
That's right.
let me know.
That's right.
I'll handle it.
Look, guys, you know what to do. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you reach out to me directly if you want to get involved with the show. You call me at 615-307-0120, or you can email me at charlie@singletreebbq.com. I'll get it out in a second.
Yeah.
But until next
Just
time,
English.
guys, we'll see you then.
Y'all be good.